Games Workshop kindly sent me a few of the new Empire of Man bits ahead of release, and this is the Battle Wizard with the really cool gnome familiar. You can see inside you get a small diagram to help you put your miniature together. There's not too many parts, but if you're not used to assembling resin miniatures from Forge World, then it's helpful. They come on these little gates here. Now this is Forge World resin, not Finecast, if you were familiar with that from before. So if you're new to fantasy or you're returning to fantasy but you've not been used to Forge World resin before, this is a newer formulation than a few years ago. It's really good stuff, really crisp detail, very easy to put together in most cases, and pretty easy to clean up as well, and all the parts on this were in pretty good condition. You can clean them up in much the same way as you do with plastic miniatures. You do need to trim those gates off, which are the slightly sort of thicker parts at the bottom, and then file away afterwards. It's a little bit more brittle than plastic, so sometimes you need to be really gentle like this here with a very sharp blade. If you go too hard and snap a bit off, it's a little bit harder to glue back together, so definitely worth taking care of. These are advanced kits, not something that I would give to a younger child or an inexperienced hobbyist, so you want to take your time if you haven't built them before, because they're not cheap, and if you break parts it can be very heartbreaking. But as with anything, if you do take your time and think before you cut, then most things can be avoided, and they are worth it because they're such good miniatures. You do need to use super glue to put them together as well. Normal plastic glue won't work, but you'll find in most cases that they go together without any extra playing around. They fit quite snug and they're very well engineered, mainly because they're CAD designed these days, and once they're together they are absolutely wonderful. I think these are my favourite out of all of the new releases. I'm painting them at the moment. There will be a painting tutorial, painting video out at the end of this week if you're watching this on the day of release, so do look out for that on the channel and subscribe if you're not already. They are so much fun and they will be in my Nuln army, so check out for videos on that too.